Okay, so today's the day that I review the new Czarface and MF Doom project, Czarface meets Metalface. Now, I was supposed to do this on Friday, but I didn't want to deliver a half-cocked review on an album that I was really looking forward to and didn't really have much to talk about on, so I'm sorry about that. Now, the albums that I've reviewed on this channel have always had a central message about them, some of them being dealing with addiction and the problems that surround you on a daily basis and how you deal with them, or trying to motivate you to do better with yourself. But this one is just a fun, lyrical album. That's exactly what this is. This album grabs inspiration from the old comic book superhero shows of the 60s and 70s, or whenever Super Friends was out and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. So it's really interesting to see that someone can make an image that has such odd inspiration. And it shows itself with its comedic value in the skits. The main skit being Close Talker, which has Doom and Czarface talking about making a duo and doing what they can in order to, I don't know. It's never really talked about because it's just every hero needs a great villain and then they laugh and continue with the album. So I guess it's that obscure mention of making a duo that they're possibly trying to save hip-hop? I don't know. But in my eyes, hip-hop doesn't need saving, it just needs a little bit of maintenance. Now, with that being said, this album's production is solely held by 7L, and 7L is a very interesting producer. He grabs that inspiration from those old comic book shows and he rolls with it, but he also takes into account the 90s boom bap hip hop and throws that in there as well, being the main course of each song, which is not bad, but they need to keep everything new. So that's the one struggle that I would at least see when you're making beats for this album, or any album for this group, because after a while, dun 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 seems a little old. So you need to find ways to make it interesting. And one of the ways they make it interesting is using sampling, and sampling is used on the song Phantoms, and I really enjoy that song, but the person that kind of blew me away with that song was their feature, Open Mike Eagle. And he's an underground hip-hop artist, one that is mainly, at least is what I can see, inspired by Bus Driver. Now, it's kind of strange to say, but I've never really liked his music. It's been, I don't know, maybe 2 albums, 3 albums since he's gotten me interested into his stuff. And even with this feature, this is enough for me. This has enough for me to at least continue my respect for him, but not really make me want to listen to his music more. It's a little bit like how some people drink tea and other people drink coffee. For me, I enjoy coffee. I enjoy bombastic, music. And Open Mike Eagle is more or less a calm listening. He doesn't have out there all over the place music. So I always respect people in hip-hop that are willing to put a new kind of adage to the table, and more or less Open Mike Eagle is saying, why drink tea when you can have me? So there's nothing really wrong with him wanting to remain calm and keep listeners calm and tell a story. But it just doesn't interest me. Anyway, that's enough on that. The other feature on this album is Vinnie Paz. The Philadelphia Slaughterman is literally here. And I didn't think he would fit very well with 7L, Esoteric, and Inspector Deck on a song, but his beat was more Jedi mind tricks, Army of Pharaohs type thing, and it was good. It was really, really good. And then as the song switched up and went to the next artist, and then it switched up and went to the next artist, 7L, I have to thank you for that, because that was a total left field move that I did not anticipate. I imagined that there were going to be some scratches and then the song would continue, but you caught me off guard with that. So I'm pleased, I'm happy. But you don't have to please me, you have to generally please yourself. Now, one of the other things that has always made me happy about their music is that they're not willing to put themselves on the line for something that they enjoy. With that I mean they kind of do more than most hip-hop groups now, and not duos, just groups, because these guys pick up where Slaughterhouse dropped the ball after they got signed to Shady. They made new music, they kept their own image together, and they wanted to make sure that they had the fans happy. And if you have the fans happy, then everyone else is happy. But if you yourself can keep yourself happy and then make your fans happy, then you have the best of both worlds. You're not trying to get on the radio. They're not even close to trying to get on the radio. They're making music for the fans and themselves. That's it. And Doom is definitely one of those people, much like how Open Mike Eagle is, except when I listened to Doom's music, I enjoyed it a little bit more, and I know of his background a lot more. Mainly when he started back in the 90s with Operation Doomsday, it was something that broke the fourth wall of hip-hop, because not many people could do what he did and still can't do what he does. He is almost seen as the Shakespeare of hip-hop, outside of a few choice others that have the ability to keep themselves open like that. Now, I'm hoping with the future of this group that they do this again, as if it were maybe an Avengers type deal. But, rounding off, everything in this album says that it's fun. Everything in this album is interesting and lyrical. So if you want something that hits you back to back with reminiscent of 90s hip-hop beats, and guys that can hold themselves against today's modern lyrical monsters, then please take a look at this album. There will be a link in the description. There will be a link in the description of this album and the other albums that they've released as well, for the people that want to catch up on Czarface. Now, I'm not entirely sure if they're going to do anything like this in the future. I don't really keep up with anybody on social media like that. It more or less just happens and I see it. But I really enjoyed this. I hope you guys enjoy it too. And I want to let everyone know that on Friday, I'm going to be reviewing the new Lil Xan album, Total Xanarchy. It kind of hurts me to say that because this guy has a very conflicting image. He kind of looks like a discount Lil Peep, and he also looks like he came out of an area of Maryland that many people that I know where he would probably come from. Now, I'm going to release a surprise review tomorrow on an album that I have not disclosed yet. So, surprise when you guys find out. And that pretty much wraps it up for today. So, as always, my name is Ethan, otherwise known as Two-Face. This is episode 15 of Claws. 15. We got 5 more and we make it to 20. So, feel free to share this with your family and friends, and if you like it, like it. If you subscribe, thank you. And for anyone in the future that listens and watches or whatever, you guys are awesome. And yeah, tune in tomorrow with a surprise review, and tune in on Friday when I review Total Xanarchy. Until then, peace.